Long time ago, on Samosir Island in North Sumatra, there lived a wise and respected king named Raja Rahat. He ruled his kingdom with kindness and always cared deeply for his people. The kingdom was peaceful, surrounded by the beauty of Lake Toba, green hills, and traditional Batak village. The people lived happily under Raja Rahat's leadership because he was known as a fair and loving ruler. Raja Rahat had only one child, a son named Mangale. The prince was handsome, brave, and kind-hearted. Since childhood, Mangale had been taught how to become a good leader. He learned how to protect the kingdom, respect the tradition of his ancestors, and care for the people. As he grew older, the prince became stronger and more skilled in battle. The people admired him greatly because he was humble and always willing to help others. One day, enemies came to attack the kingdom. The situation became dangerous and the people were filled with fear. But Prince Mangale stood proudly before them. "Do not worry," Mangale said bravely. "I will protect our kingdom and our people." Raja Rahat looked at his son with both pride and fear. Deep inside his heart, he felt worried because Mangale was the only child he had. "My son," the king said softly, "please be careful. Your life means everything to me." Mangale smiled gently at his father. "A true prince must protect his people, father. If I do not fight for our land, who will?" Then Prince Mangale left for the battle with the kingdom's warriors. The people prayed for his safety every day. Raja Rahat waited anxiously in the palace, hoping his beloved son would soon return home. Days later, terrible news arrived at the kingdom. Prince Mangale had died in the battlefield while protecting his people and defending his ancestral land. The entire kingdom fell into deep sadness. The people cried for the brave prince who had sacrificed his life for them, but no one felt greater pain than Raja Rahat. After hearing the news, the king became silent and broken-hearted. He could not eat properly, could not sleep peacefully, and spent his day crying for his only son. Every corner of the palace reminded him of Mangale. The sound of music, the empty training field, and even the quiet wind made the king remember his son more deeply. Sometimes he would sit alone for hours while holding Mangale's clothes. "My son," Raja Rahat whispered sadly, "why did you leave me so soon?" The royal advisors became worried. They were afraid the king's sorrow would slowly destroy him. They discussed many ways to comfort Raja Rahat, but nothing worked. Finally, the elders and shamans of the kingdom gathered together to find another solution. One of the elders spoke carefully. "We cannot bring Prince Mangale back to life, but perhaps we can create something that will help the king feel close to his son again." The people agreed. Skilled wood carvers were called from different villages. They worked carefully day and night to create a wooden statue that looks exactly like Prince Mangale. The statue had the same face, the same body shape, and wore clothes similar to those of the prince. When the statue was finally finished, the shamans performed a sacred ritual. Traditional Batak music filled the air as prayers were spoken. According to the old belief, the spirit of Mangale entered the wooden statue during the ceremony. Slowly, the statue began to move its arm and dance gently like a living person. The people were shocked and amazed. "It is Si Gale-Gale," they whisper. The name Si Gale-Gale came from Batak word that describe weak and slow movements. The wooden figure moved softly while traditional gondang music played around it. When Raja Rahat saw the dancing sati for the first time, tears fell from his eyes. For a moment, he felt as if his beloved son had returned to him. Although the satu could never truly replace his son, Si Gale-Gale helped ease the king's deep sadness. Since that day, the people continued to perform the Si Gale-Gale dance during important ceremonies. Over time, it became one of the most famous cultural traditions of the Batak people in North Sumatra.